Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karishma and in today's video you will hear a fluent and engaging discussion on the gift culture in society. This conversation is full of natural expression, rich vocabulary and real life example that will help you improve your English effortlessly. Listen carefully and notice how confidently English can be spoken when you use the right words and tone. Don't skip this one. It's entertaining, educational, and a great way to boost your English fluency. And I personally want you to watch the entire video because it's quite interesting. I have shared my personal opinion on the topic of gift culture in the society. Let's begin.
Karishma, today in our topic, we are supposed to be talking about space, okay? But I don't know how much we would be having an engaging topic over this particular session. So I have come up with another one, okay? Would you like to be talking about gifting culture?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yes, okay. Right. Let's get into the session, and I would like to ask you a few questions. Do you like receiving and giving gifts? The idea of what to buy for who puts you in a dilemma. Does that put you in a dilemma?
Yeah, sometimes it's very difficult to understand the requirement of other person,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they are not very much familiar with us. Like if it is
Right.
about the family members, we
Mm-hmm.
know that what kind of things do they usually like. But when it is about choosing a gift for the neighbors or the people who are not so close with us, it's actually put us into a dilemma where I
Mm-hmm.
have to take a decision like what to buy or what not. And of course, as you asked that do you like receiving gifts? There is no one I think who doesn't like receiving gifts. And I'm the
Yes.
one who really likes, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't nobody gives me gift.
Okay. Right. Okay. And what about you gifting? Do you like also to gift other people?
Okay, there is a very honest confession here.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, I did not like to give gifts to other people because I did
Okay.
not know the importance of building a relationship through gifts. But since I
Mm-hmm.
got married and my husband is the kind of person who always like to gift every person, like maybe they're not very close to him, maybe they're very close, but he always, very often he does that. So
Right.
from there, I have adopted this particular thing, and I really like this because now
Mm.
at this moment, I really like giving gifts to other people also. So
Okay.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good exercise where you kind of like exchange gifts, right, with one another, because I think that helps you to build a kind of relationship that otherwise we might not be able to,
Right.
right? And yeah, so basically, when you send people like, sweets across, or probably like you come up with a gift, then I think
Mm.
it's a good gesture that you can do in order to
Gesture.
maintain a, yeah, relationship, right? Okay. And yeah, often at times we get very confused what to buy for that particular person. I think I am somebody, if I have to gift somebody to gift something to anybody for that matter, I will be in a lot of dilemma. I will not know what to gift them. And because I haven't had much experience like that, but I do like you mentioned, I do like receiving a lot of gifts. So that's something that I like doing. Anyway,
Okay.
the pressures of society forces you sometimes to go out of your budget to give people expensive gifts for occasions, right? Do you think it needs to stop? Like sometimes we can come under this pressure, we can succumb under this pressure where we also want to give an expensive gift. Say for example, if you have a neighbor, or say for instance your family member is gifting you a very expensive gift, then of course you cannot in return you cannot be giving them a very cheap gift, for example, right? If there is this family member who has given you a gift which is made out of silver, then you cannot, which is going to cost you a lot, that it is an expensive gift that they have given you. So then you cannot send something very very like, say for example, um I mean, like something which is not of that kind of significance, like it's
Got it.
that's significant, right? So you cannot be sending that across, right? So we might feel under the pressure that although now we've received that particular gift, we did not know at that particular point that we were receiving such an expensive gift. But now, after receiving it, after opening it, we might realize that, oh, we've received a very expensive gift, and now if I have to return it back to them, like I'll
I
also have
got
to
it.
good. Yes, I'll also have to maybe like construct a good thing for them and then give it back to them. So do you feel that there is this constant pressure of trying to gift expensive gifts to other people?
Okay, so first thing that I want to say that you have chosen a very absolute correct topic, because I
Mm,
want to give one message through this video to the society or the people who are watching this video.
right.
Why that is a competition, that if somebody
Mm,
gives you a good gift, you have to return the same amount of gift to other person.
mm,
I really do not understand this concept. Maybe it is about of prestige or show off, but if you
mm,
truly love somebody, you cannot compare it, because they are
mm,
giving you something out of their love, out of
right.
love. But
Mm,
at the same time their budget allowed them to buy such an expensive gift. But on
mm,
the same time, at the same time, if you don't have that kind of budget, but just because that they have given you something very expensive, you want to return it, that doesn't
mm,
make sense to me, to be honest.
mm,
I know
right.
that society is a kind of that when somebody gives you a gift which is costly, you want to return the same, even a little higher, because
Mm.
nobody wants to. I don't see love here, to be honest. I really don't
Mm.
see love here.
It's
It
more
is
like a barter
just a
system, right?
competition. It's just a
Right.
competition that, okay, you are giving me 10,000 rupees gift. I am giving you 15,000. So I am
Mm,
superior to you. Where is
mm,
love in this relationship? And
mm,
I really against this. Even in my family, when my husband do like that, even my mother-in-law is the same. She always tries to give gifts which is higher value, the gift we
mm,
have received. So I
right.
always, you know, I want to say, like, it is not good. It is not
Mm,
good. So, one day will come that they also start giving you like that, and you will reach the level where you are not even able to afford that kind of gift. What is the
right.
benefit? Gift is
Mm,
for just showing a gesture of love,
mm,
that we love you, and that's why
mm,
we picked up this kind of gift so that I can make you happy. Why
right.
there is lot of show off, lot of competition in this particular thing? I
Mm.
really don't like it at all.
Right. Mm. Yeah, I think you're very correct when you pointed out that sometimes we might feel this pressure of constantly trying to, outdo ourselves whenever it comes to gifting something, right? And we might go out of our budget to show somebody that we are also capable of gifting you something like this. And more
Right,
than like the lovely gesture that it is actually supposed to be, it becomes more like a barter system, right? It
right,
becomes more like a business that you're
right,
doing, right?
right.
Okay. What about this thing, no? That in your family also, in our family for that matter, we will have people from all classes. Say, for example, right? Some may be very rich, some may be like middle class, some may be very poor. So, yeah, does our gift change according to the kind of status or the kind of class that they belong to? Like I've seen this so many times happening,
Yes,
so
even
many
I have
times.
seen.
Hmm,
Right.
that if we are going, say for example, to a rich person's house, right, then we are going to take all the possible things and that we can think of. We are going to take like dry fruits for them. We are going to take like
Right.
maybe like some expensive sweets, some expensive like say for example garments, some clothes for them, right? And if we are visiting, say for example, a poor man's house, right, then
Hmm.
we are not even going to bother them with a gift, okay? And even if we are going to give them any sort of a gift, then we will not be as what can I say, as generous as we are with the kind of
Right.
people that we go to whenever we go to a rich person's house. We will just take one item. Say for example, we might just take biscuit in his house. So that kind of disparity, that kind of like injustice to that we do whenever we are gifting other people, do you think that really exists in society, and what are your views on this particular thing that happens?
Uh, I think this is the really harsh reality of the society. We are
Mm,
actually doing it, and I really do not understand this concept also. Like, if you're
mm,
choosing your relationship, actually,
right,
people build relationship on the basis of their status nowadays. This is
right.
also the first thing, because
Mm,
we always tend to create a relationship with the person who is already in a good zone, like they are rich, as
right.
compared to those who are not rich. We
Mm,
don't see actually their emotion or their love. We actually see their money and their position in the society, and on the
right.
basis of their position we create a relationship. First of
Mm,
all, I don't like this kind of relationship. If it comes to me, if you're talking about my opinion, I am totally against it. I
right.
never see person's status before making them my friend, to be honest.
Mm,
And that's,
mm.
I have poor friends as well. I think I have poor friends more than rich.
Okay.
Because I
Right.
really don't feel compatible with rich people, to be honest, because their classes, not able to match with me, and I am a kind of down to earth person. So
Mm,
I want to live with the reality. I don't want to live in show off.
mm,
So that's how most of the people, they are from my class, same,
mm,
not upper,
mm,
not very lower, but I
mm,
don't differentiate people on the basis of their,
mm.
what do we say
Class.
that,
On
class.
the basis of the class.
So
Right.
people, obviously, when they make friends basis of their class, obviously they're going to gift accordingly to them. And
Right.
especially, I will give you a very common example. Like, we have maids at home, but we don't give the
Right.
same gift to our maid which we are giving to the neighbors or the outsiders.
Right.
And that's
Right.
the very, I feel that it's in your mind. You have to
Mm.
change that kind of mindset.
Mentality, right.
And right. So this is my opinion is, and this is true. It is happening. It exists in the
Yeah, it
society.
does exist, right? Because I think a while ago I was watching a video, okay, of Khansar. I'm sure you know who Khansar is, right? So
Right.
he's a great educator. So I mean, like he recently got married, right? And he was just mentioning in one of the podcasts that I had so many people at my wedding, right? I had called all the VVIPs, also very very important people. Then I had people from basically all backgrounds, right?
Right.
And after the wedding ended is when he went to other people, like like other small people who were helping him in this entire wedding, like the drivers, like the people who were cooking for them, like the people who were cleaning for them. And when he went there, that those people told them that, sir, where is our food? Because they were so hesitant to eat the food that was being provided in the wedding itself,
Wedding
right?
itself.
So when we show that kind of, like, say for example, when we show that kind of disparity, right? When
Yeah.
we show that kind of we as a society, we are like a hypocrite. Like, we behave very well with the kind of rich people, with well-to-do people, but on the other hand, we mistreat the other people who belong from the lower rungs of the society, right? And for such kind of people, they accept it as their reality. They feel like it is okay. Now, because I come from a poor background, it is okay that they are treating me or they are discriminating me in that manner, right? And he told and in that particular podcast, he told like how people build their mentality because they come from a poor background, right? But he made sure that no matter who is there in his wedding, the VVIPs, the guests, his parents, his family, even he for that matter, or like all the people who were helping him in that entire wedding, he made sure that everybody got that same food, right? That is very very important. Like when we talk about equality, we don't really mean about the equal rights that we talk about all the time. It's about these
Right.
small things that we should take into consideration, don't you think?
Absolutely true. I completely agree with your point. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, okay, right. So some people say no gifts, only blessings in their invitation, especially like the wedding invitation that they give, right? What do they mean by that? No gifts, only blessing.
Yeah. I think they're right, but people generally they don't consider it because
Mm,
every person when he visits uh, in a marriage, they
mm,
make sure that they have to carry something good to gift. But yeah, that is also a good concept. People should not carry gifts, and
mm,
blessings are important. And but
mm.
people even don't go into the marriages for blessing; they just go to eat.
Right,
This is what
right.
I feel.
Yes.
So that
This
is,
concept of no gifts, only blessing. Do you think they are only mentioning about the blessing that you're going to receive, or do you think that they mean like we would accept gift but in cash, basically? What do you think?
no, I don't think so. But there are people, actually, there are generous people. Especially, I have noticed this thing that with the rich people, especially rich
Mm,
people who are good human beings, I have
right.
noticed that they
Mhm.
try to avoid taking gifts from the people, not
Right.
because of their attitude or their level, because of the out
Mm,
of generosity, that they feel that it's not required. It is not
mm,
required. We are gathering, we are in a we are throwing a party or something, so it's not necessary for we should burden other person just bringing a gift. I have
mm,
noticed this attitude in even my surroundings, and I really
right.
like that kind of attitude because you should not burden somebody for the
Right.
gifts. So if
Mm,
somebody is mentioning these blessings, I think it's a good thought and we should respect that.
Yes, okay. But most of the wedding invitations that I have received in my life, it does not say like no gifts, only a blessing. It says like no gifts, which means like you
Okay.
shouldn't be gifting anything to them, but you can of course like give them money, right? Which I think is
Okay.
which I think is quite feasible when you go for a wedding. See, if you're gifting something to a couple, okay, they might not require that particular commodity or
Right,
a gift
that's
that you
true.
give, but you anybody everybody requires money for that matter, right? Maybe like to fund their honeymoon
Right,
later on or whatever it is for. So
right,
I
right,
think
right.
yeah, money is a much better gift to give people at their weddings than their gift, because they might not be very comfortable with receiving a gift, and might they might also not know what to do with that particular gift, right? Just imagine like you are on in a wedding and you receive tons and tons of blanket. So if you have so many blankets, what are you going to do with it, right? If you receive it
Exactly,
as a gift.
that's true. That makes
Yes.
sense, yeah.
Yes. So in your wedding, Karishma, did you receive a lot of gifts?
I received a lot of cash.
Okay, right. Okay. So that is a good thing, right? That if
That
you
is
have
a good
cash, you can
thing
do,
because, yeah, the cash we can actually in marriages, it is already very expensive
yeah.
for the
Right.
people, especially for the girl
Mm,
side. They have to
mm,
throw this party and grand party and welcome the grooms and family and relatives.
right.
So it's already very expensive. And at the same
Mm,
time, if somebody is compensating that amount just by giving them cash, that is good and helpful. I think that
mm,
concept is not wrong because if you're going somewhere to
right.
attend a marriage kind of thing, you should always contribute, not as a like you are eating, so you should give. It's because that a girl is going to get married, and out of help, you should have kind of nature that you should help
Mm,
so that it can, especially in the middle class family, it's very difficult
mm,
for a father to arrange such huge money, 10 lakh, 15 lakh to spend on a only eating
really.
or decoration and party. So
Right.
I think that's an unnecessary burden. First of all, I am totally against it. And I
Mm,
will tell you one incident about my marriage because I come from a very middle class family. My father is
right.
not very rich,
Mm,
so we didn't have so much money at the time of my marriage. So I was trying to book the hall, which is from NGO. So, and I think I did it in my sister's marriage too.
okay.
Not with my marriage exactly because I was doing it, but my husband somewhere stopped me not to do it
Mm,
because we need a big place. But at my
mm,
sister's marriage, I booked a NGO and I had to pay only 25, 30,000 rupees for the place, which is
mm,
generally you have to pay in lakhs. I
right.
think 1 to 2 lakh minimum for a
Mm,
normal space of 50, 100 people.
right.
So you can go for that kind of option. It's not always necessary to show off that we are
Mm,
doing grand celebration, big celebration. Why you guys spend money? It is
right.
really hard to earn money now. I understand we have to work day and night to earn money. So we should
Right.
not spend like that.
Right.
But yeah, matlab, like giving cash is also better in place
Mm,
of gift. Gift cannot
right.
always like we cannot use everything which we receive
Right.
as a gift.
Mm. I think it is also because we live in an age of social media where we try to show everything like in on a large scale, right? Like we understand there are so many things that have come up. Like Indian wedding is anyway it's a very like huge phenomena that happens that lasts for about a week, right? With haldi, mehendi, sangeet, there are so many things, reception, then the main wedding. There are so many things that happen. But now we have like the wedding photo shoots also that we do,
Mhm.
right? And we I don't know why we've started hopping onto this trend, because I feel like I mean, it's of course if you're rich enough to, and if you have a lot of finances to do all those things, then I think you should do it. You
Then
should,
yeah, right.
yeah, then I should think you should just unleash yourself and do whatever you want to do. But then even like the middle class people like you and me, we come under this pressure of like wanting to make it more grand, right?
Right.
So just because we want to show like like maybe like 100 people or 200 people who are there on our social media, right? So do you think that these days the weddings have become more grand because we have jumped onto this bandwagon because we want to show other people also what we are capable of doing, and it's become more of a competition and more of a show off kind of a thing these days?
Yeah, as I already told you, that we are
Mm,
living this life just to show off. We are not
mm,
living in the reality. And it's
right.
been from many years. Like since the social media and the phone is here, I feel that it's getting up every single day. But earlier it was not like that. The time when I was like studying in school, that time the marriages used to happen, but it used to happen like on a limited level. It's not that grand. But now even a middle class parent, they want their children to get married with a grand party, grand celebration, so that they can make a reputation in the society. I
Right.
really do not understand this point, that why we connect everything with reputation and status every time. Why
Hmm.
can't every person lives their own life with their thinking, like the why we have to take decision according to others mindset? That's
Right.
my
This
concern.
is the way. This is the like. I think this is the most. What do I say? Like this is the. This is like the most wrong thing to do in your life.
Yeah, right,
When you lead your life thinking that you know what others are going to think about you,
right.
and when you live your life because you don't want to put an impression on other people that you are doing something that is not confined in a society, it's a horrible way to live. You know, this log
Right.
kya kahenge that we
Look,
like so much focus on is not a good way to lead your life. Like, say, for example, even if you have a grand wedding for that matter, right? And unfortunately, things don't work between you and your husband,
right.
right?
And it
And
happens.
if you head for a divorce, then I don't understand the stigma behind the divorce. I don't
Right.
understand why. Again, it becomes a matter of reputation and prestige that we always try to focus so much on, right? It's a mutual decision that our two people take, and it is okay. Rather than suffering in a marriage, I think it is better to be. It is better off to be living alone. Don't you think?
Absolutely, I'm agree with you. But now, as people, as I said, that people live for the society, not for themselves, not for their happiness. They live for the happiness of the other people or the society.
Right.
So obviously, if somebody is getting divorced, like the person might not be feeling that difficult to face it, but the family, the
Mm,
parents or the relatives, they also try to show the person that no, you did something wrong, you get divorced, how will you live? That's her life, that's his life. They are
mm,
mature enough, they can live their life if you people will let them live. So
right.
I don't know why there is so much of interference in somebody's life, whether it should get
Mm,
married, not, why should it, like, I don't understand. I think person should
right.
live his life according to his choice, his option, or his priorities. He should not
Right.
think about other people.
Right.
Yeah, but
And
but but
yeah.
but one thing I would like to share, when it comes to our parents, we
Mm,
become so nervous. I think maybe there are people who are not thinking about the outsiders, but just
mm,
because what outsiders will think about our parents and
mm,
the upbringing of our parents.
right.
That's how sometimes we get down and we listen to those kind of people. But I feel
Right.
that the Gen Zs, they are coming up and they are not going to listen to all those things. They are
Right.
going to make their own place. They do what they want. They're not going
Mm,
to get under this pressure of upbringing or society, what society says or what those four people says. So I feel the
right.
time is going to be changed in few years.
The time is going to change, not be change, okay?
Okay, the
Mm.
time is
The
going to
time is
change.
going to change, yes. Yeah, I do agree. And I think it is changing for the better because, like, if you're going
Hmm.
to lead your life thinking what other people are going to think of you, then I think it's a life wasted. We shouldn't be living our life like that. Earlier, I think I was somebody who was like a kind of a prude, okay? Uh, and I used to think that I should be in everybody's good books. Like I was somebody who followed everything to the T because I did not want to disappoint anybody in my life, right? And that is why I never like really retaliated in any manner. Even if I saw that there was something that was going wrong, I did not retaliate in any manner because I felt like, you know, I was always a prude. I always wanted to be good in front of other people. But
As a
I
kid, we all
realized,
want that.
yeah, but I feel now it's a life wasted if you are going to live like that. If you are constantly under this pressure of trying to impress others, then you're not leading a life and you're not being authentic to yourself. That's what I believe these days, right? And I think, despite what people think, I think every one of us, we have like so many people we meet, so there will be different narratives about each one, about us, you know, with each and every person, and it does not really matter. I think as long as we are living our life the way we want to, I think it shouldn't really matter. Anyway, now I would want to ask you one more thing. Which has been the most useless and the most useful gift that you have ever received? And you know, it is also the we are also heading towards Diwali. So do you also rewrap the gift and pass it on to the next person? What do you do?
No, I don't do that.
Yes, that's a very
That
wrong
is
concept, right? Yeah,
I
I've
really
never done
like
it
this
like that.
concept. Even if I
Mm,
receive something which is not usable, I just keep it in my drawer. It's still
yeah.
there. You will find so many gifts there because I can't use them because I don't like them.
Mm,
And but I don't pass it on because if I am not liking it, how somebody else can like it. So
Right.
what we do usually on Diwali, we go to market, we buy same one thing in multiples, like
Uh,
15, 20 pieces of same thing. So we
yeah.
distribute similar gift to each one of neighbors
Them.
or whatever
Right.
we get. So
Yeah.
there is no differentiation, but yes, sometimes we do differentiate because we received gift, as you said, that if somebody is giving us expensive gift, so we can't replace the gift of that. We
Mm,
also doing it. So this is
yeah.
not good, but still we have to do it.
Right. Okay. Right. And okay, I'll ask you one more question. What are you grateful for in life? What is the most priceless gift you have ever received in your life?
Don't ask me about gifts. I don't receive gifts.
No, no,
Yeah.
but it could be anything. Say, for example, you have two kids, right? Two beautiful kids. So that could be like a priceless gift that you've received from life in general, right?
No, if you talk about gratitude, I'm telling you I'm happy or like for everything, whatever I get. That
Mm,
I feel that I'm the luckiest person on this earth that I have everything, whatever I need,
mm,
including kids, my husband, family, home, everything
mm.
which is required or necessary to live a good
Right,
nice life. Yeah,
right.
but as about gifts, as I told you that I don't have much friends, to be honest. I have
Mm,
only one single friend. She's from my childhood, and
right.
she's from my school. We are still
Mm,
friends. So sometimes she gives me a kind of a gift. Like last time, what she gave me, I don't even remember. Yeah, scarves and all, like clothing. So I'm not really into it because I have my own choice in terms of clothing. I really, generally, I don't like clothing if somebody else chooses for me. I
mm,
remember last time my husband gave me two, three saris and many multiple things he had given me, but I
mm.
don't like any of them and I don't wear them. So he stopped giving me gifts and anymore. But
Okay.
I don't know, like they are not fit into me. So how can I? Then he doesn't understand that.
Okay, right.
So
So,
generally,
yeah, I think when we talk about gratefulness, then we cannot think of any materialistic gift that we have received in life,
yes,
right? We
obviously.
always go back to our parents or to our family members who surround us and make our life beautiful. So, I feel like, yeah, we can get very grateful for the things that money cannot buy, basically, for us, right? You mentioned one thing, okay? You said that I have only one friend and I receive gifts in a very small number. Like I don't receive gifts often. I have only one friend, and she's from my childhood. Okay, so this is what you said.
She's
So
my
we have,
childhood friend.
yes, that is also good. Or you can say we are friends since our childhood.
Okay, we are friends
We
since
have,
our childhood.
yeah, we have been friends since our childhood. Okay, so this is also a good statement
Okay,
to make.
okay, great.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, Karishma, I think we are coming to the end of our session today. We spoke a little bit about gifts and basically the gift culture that we have in India, where also there is so much of disparity and discrimination also we show to a certain extent, right? And it was great talking to you. I think you are somebody who has honed your skill to a level where you hardly make any mistakes.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes, no, you sometimes you make mistakes whenever you are rephrasing that particular sentence, say for that matter. But then I'm being too critical because it happens to each one of us. It happens
Okay.
even to the experts, right? Sometimes it may happen that we are not able to frame a particular sentence, and that's okay. So it's okay as long as we are learning. We are consistent with our efforts. We don't have to really worry about anything. And how much I know about you, you have been pretty like um what do I say? You've always been consistent in this particular platform. You've always been patient with your growth. So that is the only two things which are required at a learner's end. The first is the consistency that we should maintain. And the second is that we need to be patient because mastering any sort of a language and being able to speak fluently and eloquently in English requires a lot of practice and patience. So I think you have